Hello, and welcome to another Fragment Fridays. Today I'm reading from Odd and the Frost Giants by Neil Gaiman. And one of the reasons I picked this book up was because it was titled Odd. It had Odd in the title, and I don't know, I just like books with Odd in the title. But the main plot is it takes place in kind of like a Norway sort of Viking culture, and Odd is this little boy who has one lame leg, and his father isn't alive and everyone makes fun of him, so he goes off into the woods during the winter to be alone and get away from town. And while he's there, he meets a bear, a fox, and an eagle. And so in this scene, the animals escort him back to his little hut, and he feeds them dinner. Chapter 3. The Night Conversation. Odd had imagined that the sight of salmon would feed him for a week or more. But bears and foxes and eagles all, he discovered, eat salmon, and he felt that feeding them was the least he could do to thank them for seeing him home. They ate until it was all gone, but only Odd and the eagle seemed satisfied. The fox and the bear looked like they were still hungry. "We'll find some more food tomorrow," said Odd. "Sleep now." The animals stared at him. He walked over to the straw mattress and climbed onto it, placing the crutch carefully against the wall to pull himself up with when he woke. Odd closed his eyes, and he was asleep. Dreams of darkness, of flashes, of moments, nothing he could hold on to, nothing that comforted him. And then into the dream came a booming, gloomy voice that said, "It wasn't my fault." A higher voice, bitterly amused, said, "Oh, right. I told you not to go to pushing that tree down. You just didn't listen." "I was hungry. I could smell the honey." "You don't know what it was like smelling that honey. It was better than meat, better than roasted goose." And then the gloomy voice, so bass it made Odd's stomach vibrate, changed its tone. "And you, of all people, don't need to go blaming anyone else. It's because of you that we're in this mess." "I thought we had a deal. I thought we weren't going to go harping on about trivial little mistake." "You call this trivial?" And then a third voice, high and raw, screeched, "Silence!" There was silence. Odd rolled over. There was a glow from the fire embers, enough to see the inside of the hut, enough to confirm to Odd that there were not 3 people in there with him. It was just him and the fox and the bear and the eagle. Whatever they are, thought Odd, they don't seem to eat people. He sat up, leaned against the wall. The bear and the eagle both ignored him. The fox darted him a green-eyed glance. "You were talking?" said Odd. The animals looked at Odd and at one another. If they did not actually say, "Who, us?" it was there in their expressions, in the way they held themselves. "Somebody was talking," said Odd, "and it wasn't me. If there isn't anyone else in here, that means it was you lot, and there's no point in arguing." "We weren't arguing," said the bear, "because we can't talk." Then it said, "Oops." The fox and the eagle glared at the bear, who put a paw over its eyes and looked ashamed of itself. Odd sighed. "Which one of you wants to explain what's going on?" he said. "Nothing is going on," said the fox brightly. "Just a few talking animals, nothing to worry about, happens every day. We'll be out of your hair first thing in the morning." The eagle fixed Odd with its one good eye. Then it turned to the fox. "Tell!" The fox shifted uncomfortably. "Why me?" "Oh," said the bear, "I don't know. Possibly because it's all your fault?" "That's a bit much," replied the fox. "Blaming the whole thing on a chap like that. It wasn't like I set out to do this. It could have happened to any of us." "What could?" said Odd, exasperated. "And why can you talk?" The bear pushed itself up onto all fours. It made a rumbling noise. Then it said, "We can talk because, O mortal child, do not be afraid. Beneath these animal disguises we wear, Well, not actual disguises, I mean, we are actually a bear and a fox and a big bird, which is a rotten sort of thing to happen, but where was I? Gods! Screeched the eagle. Gods? Said Odd. Aye, gods, said the bear. I was just getting to that. I am the great Thor, lord of the thunders. The eagle is Lord Odin, all-father, greatest of the gods. And this runt-eared meddling fox is... Loki, said the fox smoothly. Blood brother to the gods, smartest, sharpest, most brilliant of the inhabitants of Asgard, or so they say. Brilliant, snorted the bear. You would have fallen for it, anyone would, said the fox. Fallen for what? Said Odd. A flash of green eyes, a sigh, and the fox began. I'll tell you. You'll see. It could have happened to anyone. So, that's the story, and to find out what happens next, you'll have to pick it up at the library or the bookstore. And it's a very quick and fun read, and I definitely recommend it.